Airlines make more selling miles than flying a single plane. Planes parked engines cold, nobody flying. Then they borrowed $5 billion in 3 weeks. Not against planes, not against airport gates. They borrowed against the frequent flyer miles in your account. What happened next is why airlines stopped caring about flying. Open the file. United's mileage program was valued at $22 billion. The entire airline was worth about $11 billion. The loyalty program was worth twice the airline itself. Read that again. The miles outvalue the planes. That's not a mistake. That's the design. Here's the number they bury. American Airlines pledged its program for $10 billion. Lenders value AdVantage between $18 and $30 billion. The bank saw more value in points than airplanes. So how does a mile become worth more than a jet? Follow the money for a second. The airline does not give those miles away for free. It sells them in bulk to your bank. Every time your credit card hands you miles, watch. Your bank already bought those miles from the airline. They pay roughly 1.5 cents per mile. Apply that by trillions of miles a year. The airline collects billions in cash up front. Before a single plane leaves a single gate, nobody sends you this in writing. Here's where it gets worse. The bank is happy to overpay for those miles because your card carries a 25% interest rate. The miles are just bait to get the card. You chase the points, they collect the interest. The airline already cashed out, the bank farms you. 3 parties at the table, you are the meal. The real trick is what they do next. They control how much a mile is worth, and they can shrink it overnight without telling you. It's called devaluation, and it is the whole business. A flight that cost 25,000 miles last year quietly costs 60,000 miles this year. Same seat, same plane, same route. They just doubled the price of your savings. No vote, no notice, no headline. That's not a mistake. That's the design. Think about the miles sitting in your account right now. To you, they feel like money you earned. To the airline, they're a debt they owe. And there is one way to erase a debt. Make sure you never collect it. The industry has a clean word for this. Breakage. Breakage is the miles you let expire unused. Every expired mile is pure profit already paid for. Airlines bank on you forgetting. By design, roughly 1/5 of all miles are never redeemed. That is billions in promises that quietly evaporate. Here's where it gets worse. Now the airline has a reason to ground you. Fewer good seats for miles means more breakage. So they block the cheap award seats you want. You see one open seat at the saver price. The flight has 180 empty seats. That is not scarcity, that is a choice. The empty plane is more profitable than the full one. That sink in for 1 second. The flight is no longer the product. The flight is a cost they want to avoid. The miles are the product. You are the inventory. And it gets stranger when you read the filings. Some loyalty programs are housed in offshore subsidiaries. United runs it through a company in the Cayman Islands. The miles themselves were moved into a separate vault. A vault the airline could borrow against again and again. Your points became collateral in a Wall Street deal. You earned them buying groceries. They pledged them to bondholders. Nobody sends you this in writing. Here's the number they bury. The rate on that miles-backed debt was over 6%. Investors trusted your loyalty more than the airline's planes. Because miles cannot be repossessed in a bankruptcy. Plane can be towed away, a promise cannot. So the safest asset they own is your trust, and the cheapest thing they own is your seat. Now follow where the airline actually makes its money. In a normal year, flying tickets barely breaks even. Margins on actual flights hover near zero. The loyalty program runs margins above 50%. One side of the company prints money, the other limps. Guess which side runs the airline now? Every decision flows from the points desk, not the cockpit. Tighter legroom, pressier bags, vanishing award seats. None of that is incompetence, it is the strategy. Worse, the flight feels the better the model works. You are not their customer anymore. The bank buying your miles is the customer. You are the thing being sold across the table. Here's where it gets worse. You cannot even cash the miles out for money. They are only worth what the airline says today, and tomorrow they can say they're worth less. It is a currency with one central bank, and that bank only prints inflation for you. So what do you actually do about it? Stop hoarding miles like a savings account. Their value only falls. Burn them fast. Treat the points as a coupon, not a currency. And know the seat in front of you is the bait. The thing that loses money for them is your flight. The thing that makes money is your loyalty. So they sell the loyalty and tolerate the flying. An airline is no longer a company that flies planes. It's a bank that flies planes to sell you points